Day number 18, yeah, you feel so good to me. Day number 18, yeah, you feel so good to me. Yeah. Sometimes I make weird noises and sing songs, but it's day number 18, and we are sober and clean, still doing the damn thing. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. I would say typically for someone like myself who has in the past went back on what they thought they were doing, like, oh, I don't know, having a drink when they were supposed to not be drinking, today would be a day that I would do that normally, but these are not normal circumstances. Things are different. Times are different. I'm growing. The reason I say that is, ironically, when I was talking about on my other video, my car breaking down, it broke down. It's weird. It was driving fine after that little mix-up where it wasn't reacting properly and the little battery sign. I'm not going to bore you off that shit. Long story short, the alternator went out and left me stuck on the side of the road today. But I didn't react the way I used to react. There was a time that I would flip the fuck out in that moment and like beat the steering wheel. I mean, not go stupid nuts, but like beat the steering wheel and curse and just fucking get real heated and like levels of just fucking anger would just come to the top. That was before all of this, me quitting my vices and trying to work on myself. Back when I was a full-on pothead and drank all the time and was always in a woe is me scenario, always trying to throw pity parties, but no one ever showed up to the pity party. It's a joke. It's not my joke. That's Zig Ziglar. So part of the reason that I am not flipping out, or I did not flip out that way, is because I have quit weed. And for me, I think it affects everybody differently, whatever. But for me, I think weed created more irritability. And I think it's because I used it for so long to bottle so much up. Something. I was an irritable shit when things didn't go my way or unexpected things happened and blah, blah, blah. And I think that it's pretty much the same thing with alcohol for the most part, too. But I've been growing throughout this process, even with the drinking. I think that with the extensive drinking I was doing through quarantine, like, yeah, in those times, I probably would have flipped the fuck out for sure. In my own way of flipping out or whatever. But guess what's changed? I'll tell you what's changed. Meditation. I know it's woo-woo for a lot of you out there in woo-woo land. But I also know there's a lot of you out there that are watching these videos that are like, well, maybe Phil's onto something. I'm telling you, I'm onto something. I think I'm on day, I should be counting this and I'll go back and figure out exactly how many days, but it's 5 or 6 days of meditation. Yesterday, I meditated 3 times, and I think the day before yesterday, I meditated 3 times too. I ended up not meditating in the middle of the day today, but I will meditate before I go to sleep tonight because it's fucking awesome. The more you do it, the better it gets. And I'm going to be completely comfortable with my sexuality in this statement or whatever. I shouldn't even have to preface it. I don't even know why I did preface that, but the last 2 nights that I've done meditation at night, I've been doing these visualization meditation, guided meditations, and I've broken out into tears. Not like sobbing, bawling, crazy, whatever, but, I've shed a couple tears. And from what I understand and I've read and seen, that's, the process of meditation is you're uncovering all of the shit that you've built up in however many years you've been on this planet. For me, I'm close to 40 years, 39 years on this planet, living a certain way and allowing all these issues and all these circumstances and bad things that have happened, good things that have happened, everything, but all the shit is just piled and compounded. Plus, with all the drinking and smoking, it's buried even further and even deeper. And I've lived this life where it's like, woe is me all the time, and just deflecting, resisting, just not a good energy level to be in. And so, yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. And from what I understand, the more you meditate, the more you release that. And the more you develop into who you're supposed to be, the more you shed the skin of the past you. I know it's woo-woo for a lot of you guys. And it was woo-woo for me for a long time, too. But I've done a lot of research on this topic. My version of research. For a long time, it was YouTube videos. But now it's been reading. I've been reading a lot. I finally got into reading. And I got books on the shelf. You can see them right there. And then there's some back there. So yeah, I won't do what I did yesterday and go off on a super long tangent about meditation, but it's good shit. If you want any tips or tricks on how to get started, if you have a monkey mind that's racing all over the board and going nuts all the time like mine normally does and used to do a lot of, and you want some assistance in getting started, please comment below, let me know, and I'd love to give you my advice on how to get started. And I will actually make a video about that once Sober September is done. I'm going to try, I mean, it's inevitable I'm going to talk about it on these videos, but I'm going to try not to make it be like all that I talk about for the rest of September, right? But come October, I'm going to do a video about meditation, getting into it, what good steps are for a beginner, all that shit. But in the meantime, if you want some tips, comment below. I'd love to help in any way I can. So in any event, car broke down and I had to get it towed, and I got an Uber back to the house. I spent money that I don't have, and I spent, I'm going to have to spend some money on an alternator apparently. And I don't have that. It's not something that I have, but I'm not allowing it to affect me, because the emotions that we stay in are the emotions that grow. Everything we do is calling into the universe, however you want to believe it. Even if you don't believe in the spiritual shit, there's still science that backs up, like a happy mind allows for a healthy body. Even the word disease is dis-ease. A huge reason people get sick is because of stress, and stress comes in many, many forms. The best we can do is, when quote-unquote stressful moments happen, train ourselves how to react better in those moments. I didn't beat my steering wheel. I didn't do anything. I was like, well, shit, there goes that. And I called my buddy that knows cars. I was like, hey, my car's doing this. What do you think it is? So, oh, yeah, it's probably your alternator. Well, it is what it is. There goes the plans for the day, But that was all I said. And it's all good. And I made my calls, got the tow truck coming, fucking, head back to the house and got back to work, And then I've been in a good mood. And my neighbor actually just reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to go to an AA meeting on the beach for sunset? And I was like, well, maybe. I'm also like, I'm such an old man. I like to just be by myself a lot, but I'm trying to change. I'm trying to be a different person, and I think that's a good group. I would not want to go to a bar right now, because I think I could be tempted, just because, not like I want to drink, but just social settings. It's like, well, yeah, beer sounds good. I do like a beer now. Oh, and you're driving? Yeah, I have a couple. But we're not going to the bar. At least I don't think we are. And it doesn't matter. Honestly, if that happened and I had a couple beers, I wouldn't even care, because I'm on this new path of meditation and I'm good. The big thing is, I'm not drinking at the house by myself anymore. Like, I'm making, it gives me chills. Big changes are coming, and they're happening inside me right now. And as I always say, I can feel it all the way down in my plums. But before I continue to go off on a long tangent about meditation and lose the people who are just here for sober stuff, although it all ties together, that's pretty much all I got for today. Car's going to be fixed, I don't know, tomorrow. I got to pay that money. But you know what? It's all good. I'll figure it out one way or another. I'll eat a little bit less chicken. Maybe I'll go on one of those little detox things, right? Where you just drink lemon water for a couple days. I don't know. I'll figure it out, though. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And when I meditate tonight, it's going to be just as good as it was last night, and even better, because every time you meditate, it gets better. On that note, I've been talking to my buddy Jack from Atlanta, and we might be doing a little Skype recorded call, partially because it's COVID and partially because he lives in Atlanta and I live in Tampa, but where we can kind of talk about meditation, how his journey's been with it, what I've been experiencing. I just think it's going to be a cool topic. So I'm twisting his arm, and I'm going to write some bullet points, and we're going to try and put that together. But that's blah, blah, blah. That's in the future. In any event, that's all I got for today. I hope you guys are having an awesome week, and I hope you have an awesome weekend, even though I will be back on tomorrow. You guys have a good night.
Trust you white in Reagan. Trust you white. You'll be sorry, but your tears will be too